I've been waiting to do this review for, well, a couple of months now. Got super excited when these came in. And now I've got to do the review that is not going to be what I thought it was going to be. I have the Dolby Dimension headphones, and I'm going to tell you what I think about these right after this.
This is, you listening to Travis.
What up, players? Welcome back, and for all you new people, welcome. My name's Travis, and I do tech videos every single week and have a blast doing them. If that sounds like fun to you, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Anything I talk about will be in the description below. But for now, let's get into the video. At the end of 2018, Dolby came out with their first Bluetooth headphones. And man, I was excited. You see, I'm a Dolby fan. I have 2 rooms in my house that have Dolby Atmos supported speaker setups. Like, it's pretty amazing. And I've had a surround sound system for my televisions for over 15 years. Like, I've had surround sound all the time, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. And while I'm not an expert, I'm certainly an enthusiast. I love surround sound, and the technology is getting better and better. With Dolby Atmos, you can hear things above you, around you. It's fantastic. And like I said, I have 2 of my rooms set up like that. So when Dolby said they were coming out with headphones that were basically surround sound headphones, man, I got excited. And then I saw the price, and then I wasn't so excited. Fortunately for me, Dolby sent these over for review, and man, I was super hyped when I finally got them. But I gotta tell you, there's a lot to unpack here. And listen, at the end of the day, this is gonna be one of those reviews I kind of wish I didn't have to make. But last year I made a video about why it sucks to be a tech YouTuber when sometimes you gotta say critical things about things that, you like in a way. It's weird. Watch it. It's up here somewhere. But the point is, these headphones have some big obstacles to overcome. And the number one thing that it has to overcome, and one of the things that's gonna color this entire review, is that they're $600. That's right, these are the most expensive headphones I've ever reviewed, and they're $600. Now, if you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you know I shudder at the $300 headphones that I've reviewed. I don't understand what the point of that is, but $600 is like a whole nother level of foolishness. So I actually was excited to see what these things sounded like and what kind of features they had. So let's start off with the things that I do like about them. First of all, I love the look. The color is great. This band is really super nice. It kind of feels like a metal, although I'm not really sure it is. The headband is really comfortable. The ear cups are fantastic. They just, it just feels great on the head. It's not a heavy headphone. Now, again, this goes back to the controversial swipe feature thing, which I don't necessarily like on headphones. You put it on your head and you swipe for the actual voice, the volume up and down, and then going back and forth on tracks. It also supports up to 3 different devices, Bluetooth paired. There's actually quick buttons that allow you to switch between those 3 devices. I've never seen this before. It's actually really cool to be able to just go ahead and switch to different things. You might have it connected to your phone and your tablet, which I tested on both, and maybe even your TV. It also has this really cool feature called Dolby Life Mix. Now, we've seen different versions of this on different noise canceling headphones, which, by the way, this is a noise canceling headphone. And I talked about this in my Plantronics Backbeat 2 review, where I love that feature. That feature is essentially where you can hear things outside without taking your headphones off. It uses microphones on the outside of the cup to amplify what's going on around you. So even with them on you, you can hear perfectly well. What this does is it takes it to another level. Most of the time you can either turn that on or off and it's a fixed volume. These allow you to use the app, which you can slide up or down. So you can make it so that you can hear everything super clear, everything more clear than you could without the headphones because they can amplify the sound, or just a little bit so that when you're listening to music or watching a movie, you can kind of tell what's going on. And I love wireless charging, and this thing comes with a wireless charger, which is great. You just plop the thing on and boom, get that charge on. Let me tell you, that's a cool feature. I dig that. I hate having to plug in and out of a micro USB to charge the headphones. I mean, it's fine or whatever, but that kind of annoys me. I love the fact that you can just plop it down and you're good to go. Having said that, it does have a micro USB as a backup just in case you lose that or whatever. And really, that kind of is, and the fact that it's Dolby, I like that. Almost everything else I have something critical to say. This is the part of the video that is not going to give me any joy. Let me be clear. I love Dolby as a company. I love the technology. I'm a fan of it. So what I'm about to say about this product from this point forward pains me. I wish Dolby had done a better job with this product. Number 1, and the biggest thing that makes this thing difficult to recommend, is the price. Let's talk theoretically about the price. When you look at other Bluetooth headphones that are out on the market, and by the way, there's no 3.5 millimeter jack. This is straight Bluetooth. There's no wired in. So this is a Bluetooth headphone. When you look at other Bluetooth headphones on the market, there's so much competition out right now. And at different price points, there's some great headphone alternatives. I've reviewed a ton of them. And when you get into the high end, the $300 range, you have some fantastic choices. The Bose QC35s and the Sony 1000s are amazing. And their audio, their noise cancellation is amazing, just phenomenal. But I even said at the end of my Sony headphones review, I said, these are amazing noise canceling headphones, and I don't know that I can recommend buying a $300 pair of headphones. So these things had to do a bunch of things that I'm unsure that any headphone could do. Because at that price point, you're saying that these things are twice as good, I guess, as the other two headphones. That means your noise canceling has to be better. That means your sound profile has to be better. And because this is from Dolby, you would imagine these would be better to use for movies. And that's actually how I kind of reviewed these. Longtime viewers of my channel will know I normally just listen to music and I do it on camera for the first time so you see my reaction. But I knew that these aren't really music headphones. That is to say, they're more for movies. Dolby is known for movie surround sound, so that's how I kind of reviewed them. I did indeed listen to some music, which I'll get to that here in a little bit as well, but I considered these a potential replacement for a home surround sound system. And since I have them in my home and I'm very familiar with that, I figured I'd be a good person to review them that way. But here's the thing. There's a lot of things about this thing that I don't like. Let's just go down the list. The battery life is not great. With no additional features turned on, it's somewhere around 15 or so hours. I mean, that's just so low. And for 600, again, this is always gonna come back to the price because Dolby looked at the product and said, this thing is worth $600. Every time I now say something about a feature and it's not up to snuff, it's because they charged $600. If this thing was $100 or $200, I may not say some of these criticisms, but battery life being one of them. And when you start turning features on, you get down to like 10 hours. Let's talk about two of the features that they've added, and only one of them, as far as I'm concerned, is worth anything. One of the features is called virtualization, and really what it is, and this is what I thought it was gonna be anyway, kind of a 3D surround sound kind of feature. That's actually what I was looking forward to in these things. And I turned it on and it kind of made the sound a little bit more airy, like I watched Avengers on Netflix, and it made it a little bit more airy, a little bit more separated, but at no time did I ever feel like anything was behind me or above me or anything like that. And I don't know, like it made a difference, but you would turn it, trust me, you need to turn it off during music, but during movies, I mean, it seemed to make only a little bit of difference. And there's something called head tracking. Now I was excited about this, but when I did it, I found it pointless. So in the app, you put your headphones on, you put headphone tracking on, and while you're watching something on a tablet or TV, when you turn your head, it will sound like the sound is still coming straight from your tablet or phone or whatever you're holding right in front of you. So you will hear the sound out of here, but you won't out of this other headphone. When you turn this way, you'll hear it here, but not here. So it gives us virtualization of the sound coming from here. The question you might ask is, so what? And the answer is, I don't know. It radically changes the battery life. It goes from somewhere like 15 to 16 hours down to 10 if you turn that on. And I can't find any really good reason to use it. Like it's just a cool kind of tech thing for about 10 seconds and then I turned it off. Like what was the point of that? While the Life Mix feature is great where you can hear more things around you, in order to kind of tune it like I talked about before, you actually have to go into the app. It's kind of a pain in the butt. You can turn it on or off with the ear cup, the touch sensitive ear cup, but you can't use the, you need to use the app to tweak it. And the noise cancellation. Well, the noise cancellation is decent. It's better than the Soundcore and Space NCs, which I have and I've reviewed, but those are $99. It is not as good as the Bose, which are $300, which means it's definitely not as good as the Sonys. So they're charging twice as much for not quite as good noise cancellation. And let me be clear on how I test that. I actually have a fan in my bathroom that I turn on, and it's about the same hum, very similar to what an airplane noise would sound like when you're on an airplane. Now, let's be honest. Typically, when you're flying, you'd like to have noise canceling headphones and you want to drown out the sound of the actual sound of the engine. And I've found that I've been able to replicate most of that experience in the fan in my bathroom. The Space NCs I've been able to take in there and replicate flights that I've taken with it. So I kind of have an idea of what to listen for. Well, when I tested this one, I mean, it kind of worked, and it worked better than a Space NC's, but it did not do as good of a job as the Bose. So yet again, you're charging twice as much money for a feature that's not as good for a headphone that's less. And watching movies on this thing is not as awesome as I was hoping it would be. Like, it's not awesome. The main reason is this thing pretty much lacks bass of really any significance. Now, for those of you who watch my channel, you know I love bass, and you might be thinking, oh, Travis, you just like all the massive bass. No, I'm talking about like, there's just basically no bass on these things. I mean, you can hear where the bass should be, you can hear the boom, but it doesn't sound like bass. And for $600, you have to bring the bass. When I'm watching the Avengers, I want to feel it. I want to know what those explosions are. I want to know all about that. I have spent all this money to put a home theater on my head, and you need to deliver. And one of the last things is the app. Man, that thing is janky as hell. Trying to get this thing to connect to the app is crazy. First of all, it's Bluetooth. I've been connecting Bluetooth headphones to phones and tablets for years. I don't know why this thing has such problems. It must be an app problem, because there were times where I could hear music out of the headphones and the app didn't recognize that they were connected. And there were other times when I put it to sleep, which, by the way, it's a pretty cool feature. You just hit the power button once and it goes to sleep mode rather than turn off. And then I would power back on and the app never saw it again. I had to completely power off the headphones and power them back on before it would see them. And this is just a problem for me. When you're charging this much, you need to get your app on the next level. Now, I get it. Apps can be updated. That can be fixed. But what I really wonder is there any way to update the headphones? The janky nature of the Bluetooth not reconnecting to my iPad or my Note 9 after I've turned it off is not acceptable, especially at this price point. I can't say enough critical things about this. I hate that I have to do this. For a company that I love so much, to put out a product that I was super excited about, this was a major disappointment. And I want to be real clear here. It's very possible Dolby will never send me anything again after this review, but I'm choosing my viewers over a company. I said I was going to do it, and I'm doing it now. I'm telling you that in no way should you spend $600 on these headphones. They're nice, but they are not $600 nice. So then the question is, how much should you spend for these if you still want them? This is another tough question. If they can fix the app issues and somehow add a little bit more bass, I mean, listen, it's going to be insulting, but under $200. And I know that sounds terrible. It sounds terrible. But they overpriced this. They wanted a luxury headphone, and to my mind, they didn't deliver. This was probably one of the most brutally honest headphone reviews I've ever done. I did not enjoy it. I don't like talking down about a product, but I needed to let people know that this product is not really worth the price that they're asking. However, if you do want to purchase it, the link is in the description below. Feel free. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the ones I got were some type of, I don't know, bad or something. I don't know. I hope that that's the case. I hope that these are just a one-off and everything I talked about are just issues to this particular piece of headphone hardware, but I kind of doubt it. Sorry, Dolby. If this video helped you out in any way, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And if it didn't, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I'm here every single week, having a blast. Hope to see you again real soon. Peace and love, peace and love. And I'll go over here.